where we are ready to celebrate. Sri Lankan exporters have thrived in the field of coconut sector during the last year, 2023-24. Sri Lanka Coconut Imports 2020, proud to present it by the Coconut Development Authority. At the very outset, it gives me great pleasure to call upon the following dignitaries to join with us to do the honors in lighting this very special lamp in keeping the traditions of Sri Lanka. First, our chief guest gracing this occasion, Honorable Deputy Minister of Plantation and Community Infrastructure, Mr. Sundaralingam Pradeep. Would like to call upon Secretary to the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure, Mr. B.K. Prabhat Chandrakirti. Chairman of the Coconut Development Authority, Mr. Shanta Ranatunga. Mr. K.S. Vijayakirti, Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure. Would like to call upon the President of the Chamber, the Ceylon Chamber of Coconut Industries, Mr. Jayanta B. Samarakun. Director QC QA of Coconut Development Authority, Ms. S.S. Purasinghe. Would like to call upon the Director Finance of CDA, Ms. Sandhya Kanti, and at the same time, the Chairman of the Coconut Cultivation Board, Mr. Saman Devage, plus would like to call upon 3 exporters who will be rewarded tonight to join with us to do the honors in lighting the oil lamp. Would like to call upon the 3 exporters also to join with us to do the honors in lighting this special lamp. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You are kindly requested to come back to your respective seating areas. The Sri Lanka Coconut Awards 2024, proudly presented by the Coconut Development Authority, stands as the most prestigious platform celebrating the excellence and innovation of the nation's coconut products exporters. This annual event is dedicated to recognizing the remarkable contributions of Sri Lanka's exporters who have elevated the global reputation of our coconut industry through their dedication to quality, sustainability, and ingenuity. Ladies and gentlemen, through these awards, it is the ultimate hope and aim not only to celebrate the success, but also to inspire the innovation and commitment to sustainable practices, ensuring that Sri Lanka continues to lead as a global hub of high-quality coconut-based products. Let us come together to recognize the passion, perseverance, and the excellence that define our exporters and their invaluable contributions to the coconut industry. Welcoming all of you to this lovely gathering, the celebration of the coconut sector here in Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to call upon the chairman of the Coconut Development Authority. Please welcome Mr. Shanta Ranatunga to welcome all of you.
Good evening. I warmly welcome Honorable Deputy Minister Mr. Sandeepan Pradeep and Secretary Minister of Plantation and Community Development Mr. Prabhat Chandrakirti, and also Additional Secretary Minister of Plantation Mr. K.S. Vijayakirti, and President, Ceylon Chamber of Coconut Industries, Mr. Jayantha Samarakoon, and also Coconut Cultivation Board Chairman, Mr. Saman Devage, and also you all are the most important people in this evening, and you are the award winners of this evening, and you are the most welcomers, and you are the most invitees in this evening to brighten this evening. And I welcome you all for this award ceremony. Actually, this coconut industry is very vital for our export sector, and we are bringing, last year we brought 700 million US dollars for the country's exports, and this year, up to this month, end of October, we have achieved the 700 million. That means by the end of this year, we will be 21% more of our coconut exports. And also, it is very vital for appreciation, all of you, because I know all of you are appreciated and valued by most of the chambers and most of the organizations, but valuation and appreciation by Coconut Development Authority will be very, very recognition for you, because when you go for buyers, when you meet buyers, they will recognize the Coconut Development Board awards, because when we recognize you as a very best exporter, very good exporter, your buyers are very highlighted, delighted, and you will be very benefited by that. And that's why we thought of appreciating you. And out of 801 exporters of coconut products, we have selected 50 exporters for this award ceremony. That's the top 50 people, top 50 exporters are here, and they are contributing 75% of the total export to this country. And then you can understand the value of you, and you bring 75% of the exports, kernel and non-kernel, all sectors, you bring 75% export to the nation. And also in future, we have decided to more widen this award to some other sectors as well, not only for the highest values, but also the most value-added products and most sustainable products, etc. We have decided to more widen the award ceremony to some other sectors as well. And actually, this is very crucial time. We are passing very challenging period, because we are experiencing very lean period of coconut harvest. Now in January, February, as per the CRI estimation, the coconut harvest will be around 350 million nuts only for the total 2 months. then it's very difficult period, and we have to select more strategies plans to overcome these problems, and there may be some limitations for the productions. And while maintaining our domestic market, while protecting our domestic consumers, we have to protect this export value. And since our Deputy Minister is here, I humbly request Deputy Minister, and I will personally meet you. We need to export some kernel for the export sector, especially for the milk powder, coconut milk powder sector. Then otherwise we won't be survive, and we won't be maintain the domestic market and the export market. Otherwise, there will be a huge drop during the first quarter of year 2025. And also, this is this product, our coconut cultivation chairman is also here, and we, CDA, CRI, and CCB, we all work together as a team how to overcome this issue, how to increase the harvest of the coconut products. But it's not an easy task, and it can be achieved only one year or 2 years later. Even if we start our journey today, it will take almost another 2 years to get the harvest. During these 2 years, we have to use the available coconuts the limited, resources are limited, coconuts are limited. We have to select strategies to overcome the issue. My suggestions as a Coconut Development Authority, and we are acting on that to aware the household wives to reduce the domestic wastage in the kitchen. As you all know, around 60%, 55% to the 60% of the coconut harvest is consumed by our domestic household wives and other domestic consumption. And when we analyze, there's a huge wastage in this domestic consumption. We have to minimize this domestic wastage. We have initiated some awareness programs already, and for the next year budget, 2025 budget, we have allocated big money for this awareness program. If we introduce blenders to the housewives, to the kitchen, then we can save 50% of the coconut. And also, we urge housewives to use coconut milk or coconut milk powder or cream coconut for their day-to-day cooking purposes. When coconut milk and coconut milk powder or cream coconut is manufactured in factory, the wastage is minimized, and also the coconut shell, coconut water, coconut paring, and also the coconut wastage can be exported as coconut water, activated carbon, and coconut oil, and also as low-fat DC. You all know. And by using that method, we can also mitigate this risk. And also, we are thinking to introduce more value-added products. Actually, since our coconuts are limited, we have to find ways how to get the maximum value from these limited coconuts. That's value addition. We have to identify, we have to introduce more value addition products to the market. I know already you have value added most of the products. Earlier we had desiccated coconut, copra, and coconut oil in the history, but you have added more values to the coconut, but you have to go more through this journey. Then when you export coconut water, the bulk, you have to export that in consumer packs, and also the coconut chips, you can pack into consumable packs. That is the secret of value adding. And if you think of that, you are experts, you are experts on all these products, and your staff will find many ways how to value add from the limited coconuts. And also, we will help you to get permission or whatever the research and developments to be done, either in Sri Lanka or abroad. And also, we will appreciate all the value-added products, and by doing so, we will be able to maintain the export revenue. And we kindly request you to invest only for the value-added products, not for the expansion of your capacities. Now you have expanded your capacities. I know you are working only 50% of that capacity, and I humbly request you not to invest for the expansion of capacities, but to invest for the increase of the value addition of these products. And also, when I meet most of the associations, they requested me that they are willing to invest for the coconut, and they requested me to allocate some land to cultivate coconut, and they showed me the interest that if they got the opportunity, that they would invest for the coconuts, and any way of doing that, rather than cultivating coconuts, I urge you to invest for the fertilizer and water, because already we have planted 50 million nuts in the country, and since the coconut tree has been highly neglected during past 5 to 6 years, the harvest is very low. It's 47 nuts per tree per annum. Compared to the India, it's almost half of the yield from India. Why can't achieve that target? We have to study how they have achieved that production. If we can achieve that harvest, that means 90 to 100 nuts per tree per annum, then our harvest will be double, then the problem will be over. And I request you to invest for the fertilizers and for the water, and if you can protect the farmer, then it will be much benefited. You and the farmer will both be benefited during this difficult period. And also, if we are having a roadmap, I myself and the Cultivation Board Chairman and the CRI is working on a roadmap, and our target is to bring 1.5 billion US dollar for the year 2030. We have already planned that. We can achieve that plan if we since we are working on that plan. But these first 2 years will be very critical, since we can't increase the harvest overnight or over one year, because even if we give fertilizers to the plant, it will the harvest will come after 1 or 2 years. And also already we have decided, CTA, Coconut Development Board, has decided to invest for the fertilizers through Coconut Cultivation Board, through our own funds, 300 million rupees. We are going to invest for the fertilizers as an initiation. And also, if you wish, we will separately talk about it. If you wish, you can also contribute that work. And I take this opportunity to actually my task is to welcome you and to explain you the objectives of this meeting, and also objective of this award ceremony is very clear, and also our future plan and how we are going to achieve that plan is very clear. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The Chairman of the Coconut Development Authority, Mr. Shantha Ranatunga, welcoming all of you whilst making the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, without further ado, we are ready to start the presentation of awards. As the Chairman clearly mentioned, we are ready to recognize the top 50 coconut and coconut-related products exporters here in Sri Lanka. And we're going to start off with the 50th position. So the first set of awards, we have the recognition from the 50th to the 41st position. I would like to call upon on stage Chairman of the Coconut Cultivation Board, Mr. Saman Devage, to do the honors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, recognition of the top 50 coconut and coconut-related product exporters. We're going to start off with the 50th position. Please welcome on stage CBL Natural Foods Private Limited. Recognition of kernel products. All right, congratulations, CBL Natural Foods Private Limited. 49th position, ladies and gentlemen, Manisha Exports Private Limited for raw fiber and fiber substrate products. I'd like to request all the recipients of the awards to get onto the stage from your right hand stairs, and you can use the center stairs to go down. Right, next in line, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 48th position being recognized, Manik Mills Private Limited for kernel products. Navik Mills Private Limited for kernel products being recognized for the 48th position. Ladies and gentlemen, next in line, the 47th, we have Anuraj Agencies for kernel products and shell products. Anuraj Agencies. Well done, congratulations, Anuraj Agencies. Next, we have the 46th position, Brown Grow Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Brown Grow Private Limited. Right, up next, ladies and gentlemen, the 45th position, Stassen Exports Private Limited for kernel products. Right, congratulations to Tassan Exports. 44th position, ladies and gentlemen. Grow Soil Substrates Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Grow Soil Substrates. Anyone from Grow Soil? Next, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to recognize the 43rd position. Please welcome on stage Renuka Agri Organics Limited for Kerner Products. Renuka Agri Organics. The recognition of the top 50 Sri Lankan coconut and coconut products exporters. Next, the 42nd position, New Asia Traders for Kerner Products. Right, New Asia Traders for Kerner Products. Ladies and gentlemen, final award to be presented in this stage. The 41st position goes to Ravi Industries Limited for other fiber finished products. All right, congratulations, Ravi Industries Limited. So that's about the positions from the 50th to the 41st. Thank you very much, Mr. Saman Devage, Chairman of the Coconut Cultivation Board. Thank you very much, sir. Next, we would like to call upon on stage one more time, Mr. Shant Ranatunga, Chairman of the Coconut Development Authority, to present the awards from the 40th to the 31st positions. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the 40th position, once again for Kerner Products, Adam G. Lukman G. Exports Private Limited. Adam G. Lukman G. Exports Private Limited for Kerner Products being recognized. And next we have the 39th position, Horombawa Choir Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Horombawa Choir Private Limited. Next, we have the 38th position, Euro Substrates Private Limited for fiber substrates products. Euro Substrates. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing next the 37th position, Ultra Corp Private Limited for Shell Products. Ultra Corp Private Limited for Shell Products been recognized for the 37th position. The 36th, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Arava Private Limited for fiber substrates, raw fiber and other fiber finished products. Arava Private Limited. Arava Private Limited for fiber substrates, raw fiber and other fiber finished products. Ladies and gentlemen, the 35th position goes to Expo Commodities Private Limited for kernel products and other products. Expo. Expo Commodities Private Limited for kernel products and other products. The 34th position, Faguruvela Oil Mills Private Limited for kernel products. Faguruvela Oil Mills. Faguruvela Oil Mills Private Limited. Next in line we have the 33rd position being presented to CW McKee PLC for kernel products. CW McKee PLC. Right, well done. Congratulations. 32nd position. Ladies and gentlemen, is presented to Serendipol Private Limited for kernel products. Serendipol Private Limited, kernel products, been recognized. Final award to be presented in this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Ceylon Plant Food Private Limited, once again for kernel products. Ceylon Plant Food Private Limited, kernel products at the 31st position. Thank you very much, Mr. Shantaranadunga, Chairman of the Coconut Development Authority. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on with the rest of the awards, it's time for some entertainment, and it's time to call upon the members of our dancing team to give you all some spot of entertainment. Let's enjoy this performance. Shall you put our hands together, give the dancers also a big round of applause. Come on. Thank you.
තුසිත පුර සොඳා වැටුනිද කම්තුරු එපුර තව්තිසා බවනට රුසිරු තුසිත එපුර වැටුනේ පිබිතුරු කම්තුරු නම් විසිතුරු සොඳ වැඩුනේ මේ විසිතුරු කම්තුරු නම් මේ පිවිතුරු මෙතුරු සොඳුරු වේ පිවිතුරු මෙපුර මහරු වේ තම්දන තම්දාන සොඳ කම්තුරු පිවිතුරු කම්තුරු වේ සොඳුරු වේ
Ladies and gentlemen, that special performance by the members of the University of Visual and Performing Arts. Thank you very much to the students. Right, up next we have the recognition from the 30th to the 21st position. Would like to call upon on stage to do the honors Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure, Mr. K.S. Vijayakirti. Shall you all put our hands together to the present as well? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, 30th position goes to Carbon Activated Corporation Lanka Private Limited for Shell Products. All right, congratulations. Next we have the 29th position, Medshu Exports Private Limited for Kernel Products. Medshu Exports Private Limited. The 28th position goes to Palemix Lanka Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Palemix Lanka Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, the recognition of the 27th position. Please welcome on stage Proja Lanka Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Proja Lanka Private Limited. And next to be recognized, the 26th position, Tropicoir Lanka Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Tropicoir Lanka Private Limited. Well done, congratulations, Tropicoir Lanka Private Limited. Next, the 25th position, ladies and gentlemen, Kokotana Coconut Products for Kernel Products. Kokotana Coconut Products. Recognizing next, the 24th position, Rio Coco Lanka Private Limited for fiber substrate and other fiber finish products. Rio Coco Lanka Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up next, the 23rd position, Bio Grow Lanka Private Limited. Bio Grow Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting. Up next, we have the 22nd position. Please welcome on stage HDDES Extracts Private Limited for Kernel Products. HDDES Extracts Private Limited. One more award to be presented before we recognize the top 20. Ladies and gentlemen, the 21st position goes to Tropical Life International Private Limited for kernel products and fiber substrate products. Thank you very much, Mr. Vijay Kirti, joining with us to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on with the rest of the awards, it's time to call upon our keynote speaker here at this gathering to address all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Secretary to the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure, Mr. B.K. Prabhat Chandrakirti, for the keynote address.
Good evening to all of you. Deputy Minister of Plantation and Community Infrastructure, Honorable Sundaralingam Pradeep. Additional Secretaries to the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructures, Chairman and staff of the Coconut Development Authority, Coconut Cultivation Board, and Coconut Research Institute. Finally, the most valuable stakeholders of this event, exporters and industrials of the coconut sector of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, the largest coconut producer in the world, has approximately 1.1 million acres of coconut cultivated lands. It is about 20% of the total agriculture land in the country. Coconuts have a great impact on the socio-economic and cultural life of the people, and the products of the coconut tree are used for various purposes. Although coconut cultivation in Sri Lanka covers about 1.1 million acres, coconut production in the country is quite low. On average, we harvest approximately 3,000 million coconut nuts per year. But that yield is far from sufficient to meet our consumption and industrial needs. It is predicted that this year, that is 2024, the coconut yield will be less than average annual yield of 3,000 million nuts. We expect coconut production to reach around 2,750 to 2,800 million nuts by the end of this year. Looking at it that way, we are currently facing a major coconut shortage. This year, there is a shortage of coconuts of around 300 to 350 million nuts compared to the previous year. That is why the price of coconut is so high today, because it is impossible to meet the current household, consumer and industrial demand for coconuts. Today, the farm gate price of coconuts exceed 100 rupees and the retail price has increased considerably compared to the before. Today, there is a high demand for our coconut-based products in the world market, when there is a high demand for industries under low productivity conditions. The price of coconut automatically increases due to the competition to purchase a limited quantity of coconuts. This is the situation today. Prices are determined by supply and demand. It is very difficult to prevent that. In fact, we feel that coconut cultivation has not been given its due place in the past few decades. According to the Ministry and Coconut Development Authority, our annual requirement for coconut is 4,500 million nuts. But at present, the yield is 3,000 million nuts or even less. And in such a situation, it is imperative to develop coconut cultivation. That is our goal. Last year, the export revenue of the coconut industry was $700 million. However, according to the Coconut Development Authority, it will grow up to about $850 million by the end of this year, even under the low coconut yield situation. In fact, our goal is to increase coconut production to about 4,500 million nuts by 2030, meet the demand for coconuts for consumption and industrial needs, and increase the export revenue of the coconut industry up to $1.5 billion. It is a first step towards achieving that goal that you are being called to this place today to recognize the superior contribution to the Sri Lankan coconut export revenue. You, the giants of the coconut industry and the export sector of the country, are the ones who should take this industry forward. I wish you all the strength and courage for that. I believe as a secretary to the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure, we need private sector involvement, because you know that we have signed the Paris Agreement in 2015 and we ratified the Paris Agreement in 2016. So we have to achieve the many targets according to the Paris Agreement as our commitment. We need to achieve the 70% renewable energy target by 2030. Without private sector involvement, we can't achieve that target. We need private sector investment in the agriculture sector, plantation sector, and within our all sectors we have to achieve that. And also we have to achieve the NDC targets by 2030. We have to reduce the greenhouse gas emission by 14.5% by 2030. So we need private sector involvement to achieve all these targets. So we need to share our knowledge. Today we had the 60th ministerial meeting with ICC. We need to share knowledge. We need to get their expertise, technical knowledge, and also we are, as a ministry, we need to get the experience from the UNIDO, and they are also willing to support Sri Lanka to develop the coconut sector. Thank you very much.
Would like to call upon Mr. Chandrakirti once again on stage as we are ready for the presentation of next set of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, the recognition of the top 20. We're going to start off with the 20th position at number 20 for other fiber finished products, raw fiber, and fiber substrate products. Please welcome Chas P. Haley and Company Private Limited. Chas P. Haley and Company Private Limited. At the number 19th position, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Grow Right Substrates Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Grow Right Substrates Private Limited. Recognition of the 18th position. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Consolidated Business Systems Private Limited for kernel products. Consolidated Business Systems Private Limited at number 18. Seventeenth position goes to Jiffy Products SL Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Jiffy Products Sri Lanka Private Limited. Fiber substrates. Ladies and gentlemen, 16th position goes to SA Silver and Sons Private Limited for kernel products. S.A. Silva and Sons Lanka Private Limited. 15th position, Coco Green UK Lanka Private Limited for fiber substrate products. Coco Green UK Lanka. 14th position goes to Sena Mills Refineries Exports Private Limited for Kerner products. Sena Mills Refineries Exports. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 13th award. 13th position goes to Vichy Plantation Company Private Limited. Vichy Plantation Company Private Limited, 13th position. 12th position goes to Renuka Agri-Foods PLC for Kerner products. Renuka Agri-Foods PLC. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the 11th position. Please welcome on stage for Kerner Products, Adam G. Lukman G. and Sons Private Limited. Thank you very much, Secretary to the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, with that note, we are ready to recognize the top 10 coconut and coconut-related products exporters from Sri Lanka. To do the honors on stage, can we have with us Honorable Deputy Minister of Plantation and Community Infrastructure Development, Mr. Sundaralingam Pradeep. Would like to call upon the Chairman of CDA, Mr. Shant Ranatunga, also to accompany the Honorable Deputy Minister on stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, recognition of the top 10 coconut and coconut-related products exporters of Sri Lanka. We're going to start off with the 10th position. For Kerner Products, ladies and gentlemen, the 10th position, Join the Export Private Limited. All right, congratulations, Join the Export Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 9th position. Once again, for Kerner Products, it's time to call upon Kandetia Agro Products Private Limited. Kandetia Agro Products. Congratulations, the 9th position. Ladies and gentlemen, the 8th position goes to you. Once again, for Kernel Products, CBL Global Foods Limited. Congratulations, CBL Global Foods Limited. 7th position. Once again for Kernel Products. And it goes to NDC Exports Private Limited. NDC Exports Private Limited, Kernel Products, running away with the 7th position. 6th, ladies and gentlemen, for Shell Products, and it goes to Manisha N Carbon Private Limited. Manisha N Carbon Private Limited. 5th position goes to, once again, in recognition of Kernel Products, the 5th position, Sanmik Food Private Limited. Come on, everyone, these are top 5. They richly deserve a bigger round of applause, everyone. Come on. Sanmik Food Private Limited. Fourth position goes to Kernel Products being recognized. Nestle Lanka Limited. Well done. Congratulations, Nestle Lanka. Now it's time to recognize the top 3. 3rd place, 2nd runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, for Kernel Products, please welcome Silver Mill Natural Beverages Private Limited. Well done, Silver Mill Natural Beverages Private Limited. And the 2nd place, runners-up, the award goes to Jacobi Carbons Lanka Private Limited for Shell Products. right, ladies and gentlemen, here at this Sri Lanka Coconut Awards 2024, proudly presented by the Coconut Development Authority, we are ready to recognize the best coconut and coconut-related products exporter here in Sri Lanka, with a total revenue generation in the region of 60 million USD. Ladies and gentlemen, the best exporter award goes to Haycob PLC for Shell Products. Congratulations, Haycob PLC. Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister and the Chairman of CDA. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up the formalities, would like to call upon two exporters who were rewarded here at the Sri Lanka Coconut Awards 2024 to say a few words, especially to share their experiences of being a coconut and coconut-related products exporter of Sri Lanka, and at the same time to say a word about having such an award ceremony to recognize you all. First, I would like to call upon the Managing Director of Adamji Lukmanji. Please welcome Mr. Murtaza Lukmanji.
Honorable Deputy Minister, Secretary to Ministry, Honorable Chairman, distinguished guests, all my fellow exporters, ladies and gentlemen. I hadn't prepared for this, so I think I'm going to have to speak off the cuff. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Firstly, I must thank the Ministry and the Coconut Development Authority and all the government institutions for this ceremony. It came as, I think, somewhat as a surprise to all the exporters. I'm not sure whether everybody was expecting this. And I think it's important that we, amongst our busy lives, we take a moment to sit down and appreciate what we have achieved. So a big round of applause to all of us. We mustn't forget the supply chain, the growers, from the person who husks the coconut, the plucks the coconut, who toils hard on the land to make sure that we receive the coconuts that are then processed and exported by us. So my first point that I would like to speak is to appreciate all the hard work of everybody in the coconut industry, including everybody who works at all our factories, toiling day and night to achieve what we have achieved today. Our country is very much in need of enhancing exports, and I think all of us today are testament to a proud achievement, and I'm really happy that we have been able to achieve what we have achieved last year. I'm happy to learn that this year our exports have increased. Prices have gone up, which is good. So I think from a point of view of the revenue generation to the country, there's a big enhancement. But I think we should not stop here. The 1 billion mark is easily achievable, and perhaps even in 2025, given that coconut prices are now at a higher level. It is up to us to get the world used to higher coconut prices. We cannot expect the grower and the people who toil day and night in the coconut industry to survive if prices are not going to be reasonable. Having said that, we must also request for government help to ensure
that prices remain at a reasonable level. Perhaps today it is higher than what we consider to be a reasonable level for coconut, whilst perhaps at the beginning of the year it was lower than what was considered to be a reasonable level. So the point I would like to make in this short speech today is it's up to all of us to come together, even though we all are competitors in the industry. It is up to all of us to come together to give the right direction to the industry, to ensure stability in the coconut market, where the farmer gets a reasonable price, but we as an export nation thrive and continue to grow. That means that we have to remain competitive against our main competitors, which are Philippines and Indonesia, whilst we add value to what we are doing. So I would like to tell everybody in the audience today, because we are all mostly exporters who have achieved a lot, let's strive a little harder to continue to add value to what we are doing and try to bring in a greater earning to this country. Having said that, I also request the government, the new government under His Excellencies, to look at the coconut export industry and look at the coconut industry as a whole with a little bit more, I would say, if you don't mind me saying, not giving us stepmotherly treatment. Look at us as a valuable industry contributing immensely to Sri Lanka's progress, to Sri Lanka's GDP. We must remember that it is only about 25% or maybe perhaps 30% of Sri Lanka's coconut that is exported. Now just imagine if we can grow that to, let's say, 35 or 40%. We're not talking of 1 billion, we can even achieve $2 billion. Now that is the potential for Sri Lankan coconut. We have a lot of land that is uncultivated, that is poorly cultivated, that is neglected. And I think within the coconut triangle itself, and looking at the north and east alone, it's enough for us to hit that $2 billion mark, whilst providing nutrition for the average consumer of Sri Lanka. We are not going to stop eating our polsambol, we are not going to change our diet. That's a must, and that's valuable protein that comes in our diet. So we have to cater to the domestic market whilst we grow our exports. So my few words today is to the officials that are here: take us seriously, get our advice, get our opinions, and execute. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Managing Director of ADMG Lukmanji, Mr. Murtaza Lukmanji. We have one more exporter sharing his experience and thoughts. Please welcome the Chief Executive Officer, the Managing Director of Vichy Plantations, Mr. Indika Pereira.
Good evening, Honorable Deputy Minister, Chairman of CDA, and other distinguished guests. Take this as an impromptu speech. I was not prepared. But being in the business for many years, I'm very much aware how the exporters feel this kind of a recognition, as well as the challenges we are having. And first of all, I would like to thank for CDA chairman and all the members for arranging such a great event to fascinate, to support the exporters who are here. If you look at, even though we are celebrating here, when it comes to the business level, I think the majority of people are struggling to make the profits. Here we are looking at the revenue, yes, that is very much needed to support the government. And similarly, to continue this effort, the company is looking for a bottom line as well. What are the challenges we are facing as at today? Because being in the business for 27 years, having experience in kernel, fiber, and other products, I know the coconut is a wonder fruit we are having, we are blessed with. And we are using the kernel for food product. We are using husk for substrate, again to grow the foods, as well as we are using charcoal to purify products. And this is very important. But when you look at it as a challenge, for all these coconut products, the material play a major role in terms of your cost. That is very critical because everyone is looking at their contribution, everyone is looking at their profitability. That is very important to manage our cost of sales, where raw material play a major role. If you look at in a main business, as at today, the raw material availability is very less. That is a significant challenge, even though we are having much orders in hand. People are unable to deliver it. By day, the material prices are going up. With that, you are eroding your bottom line. And we need, as Chairman mentioned, we need support from all the government organizations to manage the cost of this material. Otherwise, next year you will not have this kind of exporters to celebrate the success. That is one key area we are looking at in terms of managing our businesses. Yes, we are getting a good price, yes. Fortunately, even the Indonesia and Malaysia, they are also having a crisis. Look at, if they don't have a crisis, what will happen to our industry? Today we are enjoying high prices, but week by week the prices are going up. But if we don't have if the world or other countries doesn't have a issue in terms of the material, we will have a very less orders, but still the prices will be high. Therefore, we need to have a smooth supply of the material. And in other hand, we are all exporters. We know how the dollar is playing. If you look at the day you taking your orders and the day today, the value of the dollar, how rupee is appreciated. Yes, as a country, that is a good view. But as exporters, how we behave. Therefore, we have to look at in a different way how to grow this business faster. Don't look at it in a one angle. You have to have a holistic view. And especially when it comes to we all do exports. Main transportation arm is the sea freight. When the sea freight goes up, how you manage with the bulk product like substrate? Especially, the product cost is less than the transportation cost. Therefore, you have to be very mindful, and we need government support, especially for a small exporters, if we can go with a combination of shipment, because destinations remain same for most, then we can negotiate with the bulk shipments and we can get a good rate. That's how the major players do. Then by doing that, the small players can get a more benefit out of that transportations. Therefore, especially the number one is the raw material. For that, we need to grow. As Chairman rightly pointed out, the Sri Lankan crop is basically getting 50 to 56 nuts per year, whereas Thailand, they are getting close to 100 nuts per year. That is very, very important. The yield part as well as the growing ability is very important when we do it. Not only that, when it comes to the kernel, especially, the number of nut is not important. Yes, it's important, but the yield is very important. Therefore, I am not sure whether we are having acceptance criteria for a nut. If you are getting an unmatured nut, the yield would be very less. You will have number of nuts, but the output will be very less. Very similar to even the other products. Therefore, from the government side, we need to have a certification, we need to have an approval system, the quality approval system, even for the materials. And especially, I think one point the chairman pointed out, the value-added products. Value-added product is very, very key because we should not sell our raw materials. Because we are having a very capable team in the country, we are having a very good technology, and we can get that as a value-added product. Therefore, I think the team is excellent. We are having a capable team. As Chairman mentioned, the people are willing to invest because this is a growing industry. If you look at the kernel products grew by 11% in terms of value compared to the last year. Therefore, business is growing. Only thing is, as a government, and we need to work as a collective team to drive this business. If you play in an isolation game, everybody will lose. That is very important when it comes to nut, when it comes to the substrate, when it comes to charcoal. For anything, if we play together, definitely I'm sure we can win as a country. And thank you very much for inviting me to give a small address or discussing about the current scenarios in the business. I hope you all can enjoy this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The Chief Executive Officer, Managing Director of Vichy Plantation, Mr. Indika Pereira. So with that, it's time to wrap up the formalities. But before we do so, we have a couple of house announcements to keep you all informed that we have the dinner arrangements ready, not very soon, but around 7:15. So the moment the formalities are over, you are kindly requested to evacuate the place, leave in the room for the hotel staff to rearrange it for the dinner arrangement. That is at 7:15. But at 7 o'clock, you can start collect your photos, the photos that were captured during the time of you receiving the respective awards. The photos will be ready for collection around 7 o'clock in the foyer area. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap up the formalities, to say a very big thank you to certain teams, individuals, organizations who contributed towards the grand success of this edition of Sri Lanka Coconut Awards presented by CDA. Would like to call upon Director Covering of Marketing Development and Research Division of Coconut Development Authority. Please welcome Mr. M.M. Pushpakanta to propose the vote of thanks.
වැවිලි සහ ප්‍රජා යටිතල පහසුකම් අමාත්‍යාංශයේ අතිරේක ලේකම් එස්.කේ. විජේකීර්ති මහතා ඇතුළු මේ අවස්ථාවට පැමිණි අපගේ ආරාධනය පිළිබඳ සියලු දෙනාගෙන් අවසරයි. ඇත්තටම අද පොල් කර්මාන්ත ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨයට සුවිශේෂ දවසක්. 2023 වසරේ අපේ පොල් කර්මාන්ත අපනයනකරුවන් වශයෙන් 801 දෙනෙක් ලියාපදිංචි වෙලා තිබ්බා පොල් සංවර්ධන අධිකාරියේ. ඒ 801 දෙනාගෙන් මේ අද මේ අවස්ථාවට සහභාගී වුණේ පොල් කර්මාන්තයෙන් ඉහළම අපනයන ආදායමක් ලබාගත්තු අපනයනකරුවන් 50 දෙනා. මේ 50 දෙනාගේ අපනයන ආදායම ගත්තොත් මුළු අපනයන ආදායමෙන් 75%කට වැඩි. ඒ කියන්නේ විශේෂම කොටස ඉන්නේ මෙතන. ඇත්තටම පොල් කර්මාන්තයේ අපනයන ආදායම ගත්තොත් 2000 වසර වෙනකොට අපේ අපනයන ආදායම උනේ ඩොලර් මිලියන 162යි. 2000 වසරේ අපේ අපනයන ආදායම ඩොලර් මිලියන 162යි, බොහොම අඩු වගයක්. හැබැයි ඊට අවුරුදු 10කට පස්සේ, ඒ කියන්නේ 2010 වෙනකොට අපේ පොල් කර්මාන්තයේ අපනයන ආදායම ඩොලර් මිලියන 286යි. නමුත් අවුරුදු 10ක් ගත වෙලත් බොහොම සුළු ප්‍රමාණයකින් තමයි වැඩි වුණේ. ඊට පස්සේ 2020 වෙනකොට 2010 ඉඳන් 2020 වෙනකොට අපේ අපනයන ආදායම ඩොලර් මිලියන 661 දක්වා වැඩි වුණා. සෑහෙන වැඩිවීමක් වැඩි වුණා. ගිය අවුරුද්දේ අපේ අපනයන ආදායම, ඒ කියන්නේ 2023 වසරේ අපේ අපනයන ආදායම පොල් කර්මාන්ත ශේෂයේ ඩොලර් මිලියන 700යි. හැබැයි සතුටුයි කියන්න මේ අවුරුද්දේ මුල් මාස 10 තුල මේ වෙනකොට ඩොලර් මිලියන 710ක් අපි උපයගෙන තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන අවුරුද්ද අවසන් වෙනකොට අවම වශයෙන් ඩොලර් මිලියන 850ක අපනයන ආදායමක්. මේ හැමෝම කිව්වා වගේ කතාවල මේකට ප්‍රධාන හේතුව අපිට අනිවාර්යයෙන් මේ අවුරුද්දේ ඩොලර් 1 බිලියන් වලට යන්න තිබුණා. ඇත්තටම ප්‍රධාන හේතුව උනේ අපේ අමුද්‍රව්‍ය හිගේ. හැමෝම කිව්වේ පොල් පළදාව මදි. ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ. අපනයන ඉල්ලුම තියෙනවා. නමුත් අපනයනය සඳහා අවශ්‍ය අමුද්‍රව්‍ය ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක නැහැ. ඒක තමයි මූලික අඩුපාඩුව තියෙන්නේ. ඇත්තටම අවුරුදු මේ දශක ගණනාවක් තිස්සේම අපේ ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එක උනේ පළදාව උනේ ගෙඩි මිලියන 3000 හෝ ඊට අඩු ප්‍රමාණයක්. දැන් මේ අවුරුද්දේ බලපුවාම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ගන්න අපි අවුරුද්දකට ගන්න ගෙඩි මිලියන 3000 පවා අඩු වෙලා තිනවා. ගෙඩි මිලියන සාමාන්‍ය ෆෝකාස්ට් එක CRI ෆෝකාස්ට් එක තියෙනවා ගෙඩි මිලියන 2700ක් විතර කියලා. එතකොට තිබුණු ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකත් සෑහෙන දුරට අඩු වෙලා. එතකොට අපේ ඇත්තටම මේ ඉලක්ක සම්පූර්ණ කරන්න නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් අපේ පොල් පළදාව වැඩි වෙන්නම ඕනි. ඉතින් අපි හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපේ අමාත්‍යාංශය, පොල් සංවර්ධන අධිකාරිය, පොල් වගා කිරීමේ මණ්ඩලය, පොල් පර්යේෂණ ආයතනය අවම වශයෙන් 2030 වෙනකොට 2030 වෙනකොට අපිට පුළුවන් නම් පොල් පළදාව ගෙඩි මිලියන 4500ක් දක්වා ඉහළ නන්වන්න අපිට පුළුවන් වෙනවා ඩොලර් බිලියන 1.5ක අපනයන ආදායමක් උපයන්න. ඇත්තටම මේ සඳහා ප්‍රධානම හේතුව අර කලින් කිව්වා වගේ අමුද්‍රව්‍ය හිගේ. නමුත් ඒකට කුමක් හෝ විසඳුමක් තිබිය යුතුයි. නැතුව අපිට අපනයන ආදායම ඉහළ දාන්න පුළුවන් කමක් නැහැ. මේ තියෙන පළදාව තමයි අපිට හැමදාම තිබුණේ. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 2014 වෙනකන් අපි එක්ස්පෝර්ට් මාකට් එකට අපනයනය කළා ගෙඩි මිලියන 500කට ප්‍රමාණයට සරිලන ගෙඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් නැත්නම් වැලියු ඇඩිෂන් ප්‍රමාණයක්. ඊට පස්සේ 2014න් පස්සේ ඒක ක්‍රමක්‍රමයෙන් ඇත්තටම වැඩි වුණා. අපේ කර්මාන්ත ව්‍යාප්ත වුණා. කර්මාන්ත ව්‍යාප්ත වුණා අපනයනය වැඩි වුණා. මේ වෙනකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපනයන වෙළඳපළට යනවා ගෙඩි මිලියන 1300ක් 1350ක්. එතකොට ටෝටල් ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකම වෙන්නේ 2700ක් 2800ක්. අපනයන වෙළඳපළට යනවා මේ අවුරුද්දේ ගිහිලා තියෙනවා ජනවාරි ඉඳන් ඔක්තෝබර් වෙනකොට 46ක් මුළු පළදාවෙන් අපනයන වෙළඳපළට. ඉතින් එතකොට ලෝකල් මාකට් එකට තියෙන පොල් ප්‍රමාණය බොහොම අඩුයි. ගෙඩි මිලියන 1800ක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඕනි. නමුත් තියෙන්නේ ඊට අඩු ප්‍රමාණයක්. එතකොට ඉබේම මිල ඉහළ යනවා කර්මාන්තකරුවන් අතර සහ අපනයනකරුවන් අතර තියෙන තරඟයේ තුලින්. මේක පාලනය කරන්න නම් අපි කරන්න ඕන එක්කෝ දේශීය පරිභෝජනය අඩු කරන්න ඕන. එහෙම නැත්නම් කර්මාන්ත පාලනය කරන්න ඕනේ. කර්මාන්ත පාලනය කරනවා කියන එක මහා අපරාධයක්. නමුත් මේ තත්ත්වෙන් තිබුණොත් විශාල පොල් මිල ඉහළ යාමක් වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා අපි පුළුවන් තරම් අපි බලන්න ඕන කෙටි කාලිනව හා දීර්ඝ කාලිනව අර කතා කරපු සභාපතිතුමා ලේකම්තුමා හැමෝම කිව්වා වගේ මේ පොල් පළදාව වැඩි කරලා අපේ අපනයන ආදායම වැඩි කරන්න. ඇත්තටම අද මේ අවස්ථාවට මේ විශාල කාර්යභාරයක් පොල් කර්මාන්තයට සුවිශේෂ දවසක්. මේ කාර්ය සාර්ථක කර ගැනීම සඳහා අපගේ ආරාධනය පිළිගෙන පැමිණි අපේ ගරු නියෝජ්‍ය ඇමතිතුමා මේ ස්ථානයේ නැතත් බොහොම ගෞරවයෙන් අපි සිහිපත් කරනවා විශේෂ ස්තුතිය පිරිනමනවා. ඒ වගේම වැවිලි අමාත්‍යාංශයේ ලේකම්තුමා ඇතුළු විජේකීර්ති මහත්මයා ඇතුළු අමාත්‍යාංශය නියෝජනය කරමින් පැමිණි සියලුම දෙනාට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතියි. ඒ වගේම පොල් පර්යේෂණ ආයතනයේ අධ්‍යක්ෂතුමිය, පොල් වගා කිරීම මණ්ඩලයේ සභාපතිතුමා, පොල් වගා කිරීමේ සංගමේ ජයන්ත මහත්මයා ඇතුළු සියලුම දෙනාට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ අවස්ථාවේ අපේ වැදගත්ම පාර්ශවකරුවන් වන අපේ අපනයනකරුවන් අපේ අපනයන ආයතන 50ක් අපි ගෙන්වුවා අපනයනකරුවන් විදිහට 100ක් විදිහට පිරිස 100ක් විදිහට විශාල කැපකිරීමක් කරලා ඔබතුමාලාගේ වටිනා කාලය කැප කරලා මේ අවස්ථාවට ඇත්තටම ඔබතුමාලාව ඇගීමක් අපි කරේ මේ අවස්ථාවට සහභාගී පිළිබඳ ඇත්තටම ස්තුතියි. ඒ වගේම මේ කාර්ය සාර්ථක කර ගැනීම සඳහා මුල සිටම අපිට විශාල සහයෝගයක් ලබා දුන් පොල් සංවර්ධන අධිකාරියේ මුදල් අධ්‍යක්ෂ සන්ධ්‍යා කාන්ති මහත්මියටත් ඒ වගේම අපිට සියලු දේ සපයා දුන් පරිපාලන වැඩබලන පරිපාලන අධ්‍යක්ෂ රසිකා මහත්මියටත් විශේෂ ස්තුතියක් පිරිනමන්න ඕනි. ඒ වගේම පොල් සංවර්ධන අධිකාරිය නියෝජනය කරමින් මේ අවස්ථාවට සහභාගී වෙන සියලුම අධ්‍යක්ෂවරුන්, නියෝජ්‍ය අධ්‍යක්ෂවරුන්, සහකාර අධ්‍යක්ෂවරුන් ඇතුළු සියලුම කාර්ය මණ්ඩලයට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතියි. අවසාන වශයෙන් මේ අවස්ථාව සාර්ථක කර ගැනීම සඳහා දිවා රැ නොබලා වෙහෙස මහන්සි වූ පොල් සංවර්ධන අධිකාරියේ අලෙවි සංවර්ධන හා පර්යේෂණ අංශයේ මගේ සහෝදර සේවක මහත්මීන්ට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙමින් අවම වශයෙන් 2030 වසර වන විටවත් ඔබ අප සියලු දෙනාට එකතු වී අපි වැඩ කරලා එකතු වෙලා ප්‍රතිපත්ති හදලා ඔබගේ දායකත්වයේ ඇතුව පොල් කර්මාන්තයේ අපනයන ආදායම ඩොලර් මිලියන 1.5ක් දක්වා වර්ධනය කිරීමට අපි සියලු දෙනාටම ශක්තිය ධෛර්ය ලැබේවායි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් ස්තුති කතාව අවසන් කරනවා. ස්තුතියි.
Thank you very much, Mr. M. Pushpakanta of the Coconut Development Authority. So, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned earlier, we have the dinner arrangement starting around 7:15 at the same location. So, you are kindly requested to evacuate the place as soon as possible. And at the same time, you can collect your respective photographs from the foyer area around 7 o'clock. Thank you very much, everyone. See you all during the dinner time.
Thank you.